Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. We're live here at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia for the DNC 2016. Down there behind me is where the stage is located, and we are here in a press box area. Let's get started with your newscast for the Riley King Newscast. First up, Orford firefighter dies in the line of duty. An Orford firefighter died in the line of duty over the weekend after helping fight a brush fire. Keene native becomes new CEO of Minnesota Timberwolves. Cassianson, who played basketball at Colby Sawyer College, had to sell his car and some other possessions to raise the money to pay for his move from Boston to the Twin Cities. But the leap of faith has paid off. 1 killed, 1 injured in crash on I-93 in Salem. 1 person was killed and another was injured in a crash early Monday morning on Interstate 93 in Salem. Boston Marathon bombing survivor scales mountain in Endicott. Boston Marathon bombing survivor Adrienne Halsey can check mountaineering off her bucket list. Charlestown softball team seeks donations for travel to tournament. A local Babe Ruth League softball team is headed to the World Series in Florida this week. Manchester police seek 3 men in connection with armed robbery. Police in Manchester are searching for 3 men after an armed robbery Saturday night at Angel Applicant Lines. With DNC underway, see what Clinton was saying in New Hampshire when campaign begun. Democratic presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton has been on the campaign trail for more than a year, and as the Democrats' National Convention begins this week, we're taking a look back at her appearances on the Riley King Network since early of 2015. Hiker struck by lightning near Mount Washington. A Connecticut man is recovering after he apparently struck by lightning Saturday. Effingham man accused of sexually assaulting toddler. An Effingham man is facing charges after police said he sexually assaulted a young girl while working as a teacher aide. Drunken driver was playing Pokemon Go during crash, police say. Vermont State Police said a drunken driver was playing Pokemon Go on his cell phone when he crashed his car. Most have power back in New Hampshire after weekend storm. Most of Granite Staters have their electricity back after thunderstorms brought high winds that toppled trees and brought down power lines on Saturday. Boy injured after falling into fire pit. Authorities say a boy was injured after falling into a fire pit in Norfolk. Workshops scheduled in 5 communities on Northern Pass impact. A New Hampshire Assistant Attorney General is representing the public will conduct 5 workshops from Concord to Colebrook in the coming weeks. For injured in crash involving car, motorcycle, the John Stark Highway in Newport was reopened Sunday evening after a crash closed a section of a road between Unity and Elm Street. And give me 1 minute, guys. Sorry about that. I'm getting word that we have some breaking news, so I need to... We have some breaking news. Multiple deaths in stabbing at Japanese facility. Knife welding man has gone on a rampage at a facility for disabled people in the city of Sagamihara, west of Tokyo, according to a report from Japanese state broadcast NHK. The report, citing police, say 15 people are confirmed dead and 45 injured. Developing story, more to come. Stocks close slightly lower as oil slide waves. U.S. stocks closed lower in light volume trade Monday, with energy stocks lagging as oil prices briefly hit their lowest in nearly 3 months. For most damaging emails from DNC, WikiLeaks dump. WikiLeaks leaked nearly 20,000 emails on Friday from top Democratic National Committee officials exchanged from January 25th through May 2016. Several emails released show that although the DNC was supposed to remain neutral during the primary contest, officials grew increasingly altered with Bernie Sanders and his campaign at some point, even floating ideas about ways to undermine his candidacy. Two teens identified as victims in deadly shooting outside Florida nightclub. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Police and paramedics rushing to a teen dance party that ended in a hail of gunfire, killing a 14 and 18-year-old.
Engine 13, possible shooting in Club Blue, Fort Wise. We're getting reports of multiple people.
Club-goers scrambled for cover, and eyewitnesses say they were shot.
Oh, never in my life. Never. It's the first time I've been in that situation.
A night of partying for 12 to 17-year-olds turned deadly in the parking lot of the Club Blue in Fort Myers, Florida, just after midnight.
Everybody was running through the apartment, getting behind it. Everybody was ducking down.
Tatiana Holloman telling ABC News she was visiting an apartment across the street from the club when she heard the gunshots from at least 2 gunmen.
We heard the gunshots. It sounded like it was 2 different guns. There was more than one shooter.
According to eyewitnesses, about 100 people were there at the time, and as many as 19, mostly teenagers, were rushed to the hospital.
They have potentially life-threatening injuries.
As for the investigation, police confirmed this was not an act of terror, but they say they still don't have a motive, as detectives continue to question 3 people now in custody. Elizabeth Hurd, ABC News, New York.
Okay, there you have it on that report. Let's take you to some live coverage feed right now down at on the stage of the DNC convention that is happening right now, and let's listen in on who is speaking right now. And sorry about that. Made a mistake there. Sorry about that. Changing things up right now. Let's actually go to our political director, Josh, and let's listen into what he has to say so far of the coverage down on the stage at the Democratic Convention. Good evening, Josh. Who has been on stage speaking? Could you tell us about who's been speaking for the past couple of hours? Okay, thank you, Josh. And who is up? Do you know who is up next on the stage? Okay, thank you, Josh, for that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Stay tuned to the Riley King Network. We will have some coverage of the Democratic National Convention coming up. Josh will be up next here in the booth with his political team, and they will bring you some coverage of the Democratic National Convention. And then I'll be back for Hollywood Dirt Report later on tonight. And then I'll be back again for a special broadcast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you back here later on. Goodbye, everyone.